Listen, I have my college football playoff rankings. You have yours. Really, everybody has their own. The CFP has theirs. Right, wrong, indifferent. It doesn't matter. The bottom line is that for several one-loss teams, chaos will have to occur at the top for them to punch their ticket into the Final Four. What's the pathway for Alabama and Nick Saban to get back to the CFP one final time when it's only 4 teams instead of 12? If you are new here, welcome into the channel. My name is Thompson. I'm a radio show host based in Houston, and I talk college football daily. So if this is the type of content you enjoy, plus coaching searches, the transfer portal, conference championships, the college football playoff, and a bunch of other nonsense, smash that subscribe button down below. Leave a comment telling me your thoughts on if Alabama has done enough to earn their spot in the CFP. Tell your friends, your family, your sister, your brother, your mortal enemies, best of bros about this channel. And as always, let's continue to talk college football. By the way, you want to give me a follow on social media at Mr. Cole Thompson. I always respond. I talk college football daily. Would love to see the channel grow and my follow count grow. Alabama is playing like one of the 5 best teams in college football. And if you were to tell me right now, Alabama on a neutral site against several opponents would win, I'd agree with you. I absolutely would. They're sound defensively. They know how to run the football. And it's funny how you went around the motions and realized the first option we had at quarterback was the right one. And lo and behold, Jalen Milroe is slinging it and he's making it look easy. Jalen Milroe has been one of the most improved quarterbacks since that week 2 loss to Texas. He absolutely is in the running to maybe be a Davey O'Brien finalist, maybe even a Heisman Trophy finalist, and pick up a conference championship underneath Nick Saban in the final year where the SEC is still broken up in divisions. Like, that's a testament to what Nick Saban has done and what Alabama is. An adaptable, adamant group of players that always seems to be one step ahead of the curve. That's what it is. And Alabama has absolutely ran the table against teams like Texas A&M, against Ole Miss, against Tennessee. They have a shot at beating Auburn this weekend by double digits in the Iron Bowl, which, by the way, the Iron Bowl is arguably the second greatest rivalry in all professional sports. For those of you that don't live in the Southern region or in the Yellowhammer State, you may not understand why, but I'm telling you, as somebody who got to envision and see it live and in person multiple occasions throughout my career, and also as a student at Alabama, the rivalry game is amazing. Alabama has done enough, in my opinion, to earn the right for an argument to the college football playoff. Here's the problem. They're not getting in over an undefeated ranked Power 5 conference champion. So if you see 4 teams, whether that be Michigan or Ohio State, plus Florida State, Washington, and Georgia get on in, they're not getting in. Plain and simple. You're not getting in as a 2-loss team. We've never seen a 2-loss team find their way into the Final Four. We will next year. We'll at least see 2, if not 3, find their way into the CFP, but they're not getting in with 2 losses. So what is the best pathway for Alabama to get in? For starters, win. That's it. Plain and simple. You lose 1 game, you're done. Season's over. Pack it on in. Enjoy wherever you're going to be in a New Year's 6 bowl game, but you're not going to the college football playoff. So Auburn is basically your whipping post as you prepare like you're on a punching bag, getting ready to take on the tyrant and the reigning champion in Georgia and Atlanta. Basically, you're home away from home, just like it's Georgia's home away from really like their condo right up the road. But still, you get my point. Next up, you need at least one other conference champion to lose or probably have 2 losses. And it is plausible. There's a lot of ways to where you could see a Florida State with Tate Redemaker now running the show in Tallahassee drop a game this weekend to Florida, or potentially Louisville drop a game to Kentucky, and then Louisville find a way to upset Florida State and Charlotte. One of those things could occur. So that takes them out of the running. Or maybe, here's what else you could have happen. Oregon State beat Oregon this weekend, and then Arizona gets into the CFP or into the Pac-12 championship, and they beat Washington. By the way, don't think for a second that Arizona can't get this done. Arizona's playing its best football, and spoiler alert, here's a stat for you that maybe you don't know. Arizona is tied with Georgia and Washington for the most ranked wins in college football this year at 4. Yeah, didn't believe it either when I read it, but here we are. So Arizona still has a shot of getting an upset. That would allow you to continue to move up the ladder, and you would be able to say, well, look at our resume. We have a win over the number 1 team in the country. We also have wins over other ranked opponents, and we won in the SEC. What's your excuse? The other thing that you probably need to happen, if all that doesn't occur, you need Texas to lose. Plain and simple. I don't think that Texas right now is playing like one of the 4 best teams in college football. And if you were to say neutral site location, that game in week 2 with these 2 rosters, like it with Jonathan Brooks or not, Alabama wins by double digits. Plain and simple. They do. The way that this team has rebounded, the way that they've played, and the way that they've acted since that week 3 near upset against South Florida, that team does not exist anymore. It's extinct. It's like the dinosaurs. It's in the 90s. That's what we have. But Texas has the head-to-head. And as you can tell by the way the College Football Playoff Committee is thinking and how most people are thinking, they're going to get the head-to-head and they're going to get into the CFP. I don't like it. I don't agree with it. I don't think a lot of people agree with it. But as long as we're saying that the games on the field matter and not the games that are being played in Vegas on the odds makers, then unfortunately, Texas has the edge. Alabama does not control its own destiny. So you not only need to win, but you need chaos to occur. And it's not fair for Alabama. Nobody's saying it's fair, but that's the game. Last year, Alabama would have probably given you a better performance over TCU in the national championship. We all can agree with that one. We all can say that what we saw last season when they took on Kansas State, it was an absolute masterclass of a beatdown. Everyone can agree with that. But the games are played on the field. And the game that was played in week 2 matters. Texas has not lost besides a game to Oklahoma, and Alabama has not lost a game besides Texas. Whether or not Alabama is skeeving by and getting double-digit victories over everybody they face, and Texas is basically luckier than a cat with 9 lives, this is the game that we play on the field. So Texas is not getting in unless they find a way to see chaos occur. And if Alabama finds a way to lose, Texas is going to be fine. Texas actually has the head-to-head. So the way that you have to view this, actually, if you are an Alabama fan, is Texas lose or Oregon wins the Pac-12 championship. Now, let me explain that one real fast. When you look at head-to-head matchups, whether or not I agree that Oregon's playing like an elite team in college football, Alabama wins. When you look at the strength of schedule, Alabama wins. When you look at the way that Alabama has handled business over the course of their SEC tenure, Alabama wins. And also, Alabama wouldn't have a loss in conference play. They'd have a loss out of conference play, where Washington does have that head-to-head matchup over Oregon. So you're hoping that either Oregon wins or Oregon loses. That way you have that argument ahead. So for me, whether or not I agree that Alabama is playing like one of the 4 best teams in college football, because they are. They're absolutely on a warpath to showing the world, hey, Georgia's really good. Georgia's really damn good. But we're still better. We're still Alabama. We're not going to go away quietly. So long as Nick Saban is here, the crows are not coming to eat on our carcass. You still need chaos to occur. For Alabama, the best case scenario for them to get in the CFP, 3 options. 1, you continue to win. 2, Texas finds a way to lose. And number 3, you see at least one other Power 5 conference champion drop a game. That way you find your way into the CFP. I don't like it. I don't agree with it. I think Alabama deserves its spot just based off the way they played. And if they beat Georgia, the number 1 team in the country. But that's the way the business is. Sometimes a loss in the early season will come back to bite you in the ass. And unfortunately for Alabama, this is the situation that they're dealing. You might as well try and make the best of the cards you're handed. Guys, thank you so much for watching that video. Don't hit the X button yet. Make sure you hit subscribe to keep up with all of our daily content found on Just Saying It and anything else that we post on this channel. Bye.